Hello friends, this is me, your host. Welcome back to our channel. Hope you all are well and doing great. So today I am back with another video to give a review on a book which is The One Before the One. This book is by Emma Cooper. What if you had the chance to turn back time? Seven years ago, Kate, the love of my life, left me to go on a hike. He never came back. Today I am getting married. Kind of. I hurry up the path, number 37, Hilton Close, 2 bedrooms, white PVC door, neat square garden, I slide the key into the lock and step into the hall. Memories of my childhood rushing towards me like an old friend. Mom, I throw my keys into the ball on the shelf above the radiator, taking off my coat and hanging it on the banister. I am here, she shouts. Mom hurries into the hall from the lounge. Her dark hair swept up into a chignon, a large purple fascinator balancing precariously. Her face is flushed with excitement and a tiny bit too much bronzer. Happy wedding rehearsal day. She rushes forwards and pulls me into a cocoa Nichole scented hug as I register the low murmurs of conversation coming from the lounge. Nice hat, I say, examining the purple lace. She strikes a pose. I know it's a bit extravagant, but I am the mother of the bride. And where is the fun in being agoraphobic if you can't use it to your own advantage now and again? She winks. When James and I had decided to get married, we had originally suggested having the ceremony here. But when I had told her our plans, she was furious. Absolutely not. She had shut down the conversation in an instant, holding my hands, looking at me furiously. You will not sacrifice your wedding day for me. I won't have it, Olivia. And besides, all those people with their dirty feet and men who don't wash their hands after they have been to the love. I don't think so. Mom has always battered her way of life away within. It is what it is. But it can't be easy for her to not go to her daughter's wedding. A walk to the corner shop on a Wednesday is fine, as is taking out the bins on a Monday and mowing the lawn every other Sunday. But a wedding, going in a car, being around people she doesn't know, that's like asking her to walk on hot coals. Actually, scratch that. Mom would walk on hot coals for me. As long as they were in the 100 square meters of lawn inside her garden fence. She grins broadly, the same wide mouth and straight teeth as my own. Where is James? He is on his way. Fabulous. Now go up to your room and put on your dress. I begin climbing the stairs as someone knocks on the door behind me. The next few hours pass quickly. James and I go easy on the drinks and say goodnight, leaving the rest of the group in full swing. We are halfway up the stairs to our room when I realize I have forgotten my bag. I will get it. James goes to look down. No, it's okay. You go up. I lift myself onto my tiptoes and kiss him before heading back down these stairs. I return to the restaurant and grab my bag undetected. Eva and Simon are looked face to face in a heated debate. His new girlfriend nowhere to be seen. I look around for Libby and Paige, but they must have gone up too. I shoulder my bag and detour to the loo. I have the bladder capacity of a 3-year-old. I step into the ladies. The room is empty, and I take a cubicle. God, I am pissed. Libby's voice. I turn my head. There must be a window open. I can smell the tang of cigarette smoke. I would hazard a guess that Paige is having a sneaky smoke around the back of the building. I can't believe Auntie Lane and Uncle Alan aren't here. I thought that they would have at least made an effort for his wedding day, you know. Libby is very drunk, her words running into each other. I hold the breath in my lungs. They still won't speak to them. Paige replies in a stage whispers. No, said it was a betrayal to Kit's memory or something like that. I tilt my head to the right, my pulse quickening, my blood racing through my veins. What? Libby exhales. Well, if Kit hadn't have died, would she still be marrying him? I close my eyes and try to ignore the words. James must be thinking the same thing, don't you think? How could he not? He is nothing like Kit. He is always been the quiet and broody one, even when we were kids. I want to cover my ears, but I don't. Let the conversation continue around me. So what are you saying? That he is a rebound? No, of course not. They have been together ages. 3 years. 3 years and 4 months before we kissed. But I already knew I was in love with James before that. It was a Sunday. Raining outside. I had reached for a glass of water from my bedside when I glanced at the clock, wondering if I would see James that day. It was the first time I hadn't woken feeling like my skin was covered with the mosquito bites of kids' loss. Where my first thought hadn't been if today would be the day. The day Kit came home. I had dropped the glass, the water sinking into my childhood bedroom carpet. I drunk Eva, sobbing, asking her to come over. She had thought it was news about Kit, that a body had been found. I finally got the words out. Words fighting against guilt and self-hate. I think I'm in love with James. She had held my face in her hands, wiped the tears away with her thumbs, and kissed my forehead. Oh, my wonderful friend, of course you are. The guilt has never left me. I don't think it ever will. But Libby's voice continues to pour into the room. I had bet my bottom dollar that if Kit hadn't gone poof, they wouldn't have got together. She's completely different with James to how she was with Kit. People change though, babe. We are older now. I spent my 20s bumming around Europe, stoned and dropping out of uni. Now look at me, as bloody corporate as they come. Paige states, an edge of pride to her voice. One day after I left her, I glanced to the sky. The place is about an hour and a half walk away, and the delay has put me behind time. I need to get moving if I'm going to get there before it goes dark. And believe me, you don't know dark unless you have seen it here. It's properly different to dark back home. In the Highlands, it feels like light has never existed at all. cross the small road, follow the dirt track that leads further away from the small village. The incline is as steep as hell. An hour later, when I turn on my head torch, my fingers are fumbling inside my gloves as I shake out the map again. I hold it tight, propping it against the disused hut beside me. It's broken and consists of corrugated steel with sharp edges. A discarded bike is just visible inside. Christ, is that sleet or ice being shot into my eyeballs? I wipe my eyes, trying to clear the view. I look back at the map and to the pathway which appears to slit into two here. One heads higher up the edge of the hill, the other leading down towards a forest. My fingers twitch, wanting to swipe across Google Maps. I don't have my phone. I doubt there would be any signal anyway. Liv would be lost. She has, by her own confession, absolutely no sense of direction. I once had to finger her in a maze designed for kids. She had been sitting there next to a little girl with tears in her eyes. An anxious mom arriving at the same time as me. See, Liv had looked up at me. I told you there would be a hero to rescue us. And look, we have got two. I check my position again. There is a crack to my left, splitting the vast wilderness apart. The sky is darkening, spreading like a bruise. I fold the map away. 2 more miles and I should see it. I push on, head down, taking the path leading me further into the hills. Boots, rhythmic, The sound only punctuated by my breath. The terrain becomes less craggy. I stop for a moment, drinking from my water bottle as a farmhouse comes into view. Thank fuck for that. It's downhill from where I am standing. There is a smaller building higher up, set black back behind it. The first time I had seen it, I had thought that from this far away, the farm had looked like toys that had been carefully placed by our child. The fences and the sleep. And the sheep and the tractor, hell, even the shed looked purposefully placed. The house, though, looked as though it had fallen from the child's pocket and landed further away. Four days after I left her, I began sanding down the bedroom wall, ready to replaster, but it feels like my energy is caught somewhere I can't teach. Like I need to untangle the leads to get the power back on. Every time I feel a fizz of energy, it trips and I'm back to square one. Everything I have done runs through my mind in quick, mortifying succession, like a series of you have been framed clips without the quaint laughter. Without the cute kids and drunken grannies falling on the dance floor. No, my reel of you have been framed moments starts and ends with live and the life I have just demolished. I flick open the tub. Oh, filler. Matt didn't ask why I needed it. Just told me to help myself from the shed. The edges of the tub are dry, but it will do. I pick through the rubble, through the remnants of my life, while the shadows of early morning slide along the wall. Christ, I miss her so much. It hurts, like actually hurts my stomach. but I need to find a way to move on without her. The morning unfolds. I make breakfast, try to distract myself. Sorry. I have got enough money to tide me over for a few weeks. Then I will have to go back. Not that she will have me back. Not after this. I wonder how she will react when I turn up on our doorstep. Will she slam the door in my face? There's a knock on the door, startling me. Meg is standing there. I need your help. The words come from beneath his bushy beard. I'm still no closer to understanding his motivation. Let me grab my coat, I reply. Half an hour later, and I am knee deep in mud, holding a mallet, whacking it against a wooden stake, trying to get it out of a piece of land that it has clearly been rooting into for decades. I wipe the sweat from my brow and look up. Mac is taking large bites of an apple. Watching me as he leans on another piece of fence. Any chance of you helping? I ask, giving the base of the wood another hack. Narrowly missing, hitting my thumb instead. Can't. Low blood sugar. You don't want me passing out, do you? I doubt very much. An ambulance will be able to get to these parts in under an hour. And as handsome as you are, I don't want the kiss of life from you. He finishes the apple, throws it with a hefty swing, more suited to a javelin thrower, and crouches down beside me. 3 days before he left me, James is still processing. Our conversations and theories lobbing back and forth. We have checked out Rebecca Thomas on his Instagram page. She works at Barbers and Co. an insurance firm. She used her maiden name to contact Kit. To keep the messages secret, I am presuming. You should go to her tomorrow. Ask her straight out what she is doing meeting him. James suggests. Would she tell me though? I mean, if they are having an affair. James gives me a look that reads, I have told you that's bollocks. Well, she is hardly going to tell me, is she? I still think you should confront her. He blows out the air from his cheek. Do you have anything stronger than coffee? James asked, rolling his neck from side to side. I look at the clock. It's gone midnight. No, but I can order room service. I pick up the phone and order a bottle of red wine, my lord. James' favorite. I ask if they have any mixed nuts, but change the request to just peanuts. Why did you change it from mixed nuts? It's a test. Even after everything I have told him. Because you think walnuts look like hamster brains, which makes you feel queasy. There is a small smile hiding in the corner of his mouth as I say this. I feel warmth in my solar plexus. He likes that I know these things about him. And the Merlot Shiraz gives you a headache. He laughs. The sound taking him and me by surprise. He groans and lies back on the bed. His head hanging off the end. I join him, our hair hanging upside down. He turns to me. This is the weirdest day of my life. Weirder than the day you turned up. In fancy dress to your friend's birthday party when you were 13 and no one else was dressed up. His eyebrows rise again, and yes, you do tell me that you had a crush on his older sister and that she told you your Mario costume was cute. His hair hangs there. I want to reach out and touch it. To feel the thickness run between my fingers. It's gone. Midnight, he says. Shouldn't you have disappeared or something? I turn to him. No. The next day only starts after I have fallen asleep. I lift my legs and give my toes a wiggle. Just so you know, I've noticed fit in our future. I notice his Adam's apple traveling up and down. He sits back up on the bed. We need to find out some answers. He gets up and starts opening the drawers in the bureau opposite. I know what he's looking for. He needs to write a list. I open my handbag, pull out a pen and a receipt. I need to make a list. I know. Here you go. He frowns briefly, then takes it from me. Sitting back at the desk. Number 1 is Kit in trouble with money. I make my way over to him, looking over his shoulder as he underlines it twice. Number 2, Becky. Number 3, dodgy double glazing man. Number 4, motivation. He underlines that too. Then adds, why did he leave? And on the line below, why do I lie? A lump forms in my throat as he underlines I. It's interesting to me that he is questioning his own motivation as much as Kit's. James is an honest man, a good man. He knows that it's out of character to behave that way. Have you tried calling him since this afternoon? I shake my head. The image of him inside the car with his ex is too visceral right now. There is a knock on the door and James gets up and answers room service. Then pours us the wine. He knocks back half of his glass in 3 large gulps. I take the other glass from his hand. He sits down heavily and opens up the bag of peanuts, offering me one before shaking out a handful and loading them into his mouth. Can I ask you something? He says between chews. He crosses his legs and we sit opposite. He swallows the wine in the glass. Shoot. How do I cope? With Kit leaving? The same as me. We are both wrecked. We. No, I mean about us. I betray him being with you. I take a moment, my mind wandering back to those weeks where we could laugh at the same thing, then reset our faces as though laughing together was as much as admitting we had given up on him. The moments where we had cooked together, forming a natural rhythm. The times where our gazes lingered on each other for a fraction longer than would be polite. There was a night in a busy wine bar. We were squeezed in together, a fairy lighted brick wall behind us. I had felt the warmth of the outside of James' thigh next to mine. It was a few weeks after the call I had made to Eva. From the morning, I had dropped the water and realized I was in love with him. We had stayed away for a few seconds. I had been trying to ignore the pull of life. Was still trying to deny my feelings for him. Still unsure of these feelings for me. He had shifted a pencil width away, and I had worried that I had misread the signs. The tiny gap between us felt as though it was vibrating, like I was being pulled towards him, but pushed away in the same moment. I had moved closer so that our legs were touching. This time he didn't move away. As the night had worn on, we stayed that way, heat burning through the fabric of our clothes. James and I didn't fall in love. We climbed into it. Each step towards each other met with resistance, fraught with danger. You fight it at first. We both do. But then we both learn to forgive ourselves. One day before he left me, it's taken me just over an hour to get Shepstone. My mind is whirring with all of the information I have uncovered, all of the deceit. I have replayed times where Kit has been more subdued than normal. All of the days when he would be fizzing with energy after a meeting. I'm so angry with him, with myself. The sky is overcast. The storm hasn't hit there yet. But the sky spits at me as I make my way across the car park. How long has he been gambling? How much does he owe? How much does he lose today? I approach the barrier, pay for entry, and begin searching for Kit. There is a smell of grass or perfume of fried food. There are hundreds of people here. The stand wrapping its way around the oval of the course. A race begins, the horses' hooves thundering as I wander through the crowds, all cheers and hooves, smiles and arms thrown over heads, urging the animals and jockeys on the voice of the commentator, on the tenor echoing around the white-tailed stands. The adrenaline is pulsing through the atmosphere. I know this is the type of place that Kit would love. He will be pulled along for the ride, shouting, cheering forever, optimistic. I move from stand to stand, examining each face as they all eject from their seats, as the winner clears the line. Climbing up and down the step, I scan along the rows as people begin filling out. It must be the last race of the day. I am pushing against the tide as they head towards exit. I make my way further down, closer to the track. Then I see him in the middle of a now empty row. He's wearing his olive green suit, jacket folded beside him, white shirt open at the collar. His head has dropped to his chest, an unclinched cigarette in his hand. Kit, I say gently. He turns to my voice. The action is slow, like he is stoned, bloodshot, eyes unfocused, hair curling around his collar. I expect him to be shocked, for his body to stiffen, but he just gives me a weak smile. "Hey," he says. I have never seen him look so broken. He doesn't ask me what I am doing here. It's as if he was expecting me. In his other hand, a matchbook with the logo on. Now I know where I have seen it before. It was in his suit jacket. It had fallen to the floor. I had been crying, remembering how he would occasionally have a sneaky cigarette. There are times when you just need one perfect smoke to end a perfect day. I had been so wrapped up in that memory of him that I hadn't paid the slightest bit of attention to the logo on the front. He is opening and closing it, opening and closing. 3 matches missing. 3 knocks on the door before he leaves. 3 kisses at the edge of his knot. I sit down next to him. I have fucked up, Liv. His eyes meet mine briefly before he looks away. Everything he hasn't told me, the lies, the shame, the defeat, seems to draw grooves into his skin. Bags under his eyes seem to fill. The laughter lines around his eyes are cut deep. The light behind his eyes that has always been there is dimmed, dipped, faded. It hits me then. The kid I thought I knew wasn't real. This is the real kid. I know. His head sinks into his chest. Can you take me home? He asks, tear-filled eyes pleading with me. Of course, I say gently, as if he is a child. He nods, and as he stands, it's as if part of him has already disappeared. How did he hide this from me? He wasn't like this that night. He was laughing, joking, talking about the fucking clown and mini golf. So this is all we have today from this book. I hope you guys this interesting story, interesting love story. If you did, don't forget to press the like button. And if you have any suggestion for a book review, you can tell me in the comment section. So I'll be back with another video with another book. Till then, just take care and goodbye.